they did a feature. Listen, they did a feature, which is a great thing, which was something we looked forward to. They did a feature with Blackie and Lady Do.
Yeah. They were featured on a song.
Who was featured?
FME, Blackie, Lady Do, they were all featured.
Whose song was that?
I forgot. Someone's song.
Like you know what it felt like to me, as a fan? Lady Do didn't even put in an effort in that. I don't know if it's just me. Okay, fine. That song didn't blow as the independent FME song.
Because it's not FME's song. It's a song they featured on. I don't know, like, if you understand.
Does that work?
So let's say...
Shovel to another dress like I'm straight out of Compton. I flip the money, but I never studied accounting.
It's been a dramatic athletics world championship so far, but this perhaps ranks as the most surreal moment. Isaac Mackweiler running at 200 metres heat.
They job remember when they wasn't. I got all my problems in a swish eye. Maintain, try to keep it honest.
What music do you listen to in that state?
Like Tyler the Creator, probably. Like,
Tyler, okay.
Yeah, Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah,
Are
mostly.
you an emotional guy?
Nah,
You keep saying,
I'm
you know,
not,
actually,
I am.
This guy's emotional lately.
Yeah, well,
It's good, man.
And you know what
my
I'm
friends
trying
say
to
I'm
feel.
emotional.
Hold
I
up,
don't
wait
think I
a
am.
minute.
I don't think I am.
It's not
Say
just
about
you
it,
though.
man.
The whole Faded gang and Vizo and Ben T are making really emotional music right now.
It's time for us
That's
to feel, man.
that's
What happened to the hard?
It's time to feel.
That's subjective to your opinion.
No. All of them. At the moment you said that,
It's not
and
emotional.
I realized
it's not
these
emotional.
guys are
maybe.
making love songs.
So here's the thing with music anyway, right? When you're making music, let's say you start from rap as a rapper, like you rap, and there's probably maybe a ceiling to rap, like isn't like how hard your bars can be or how like I don't know if you know about double entendres,
Yes,
triple
triple
entendres,
entendres.
quadruple entendres, probably
This
the
is
highest
this
level
is a
of rap.
line or a
Like-
verse that has
like-
multiple meanings.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
probably a quadruple is like this line means like four things at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably the highest level. So now you start like getting better understanding of like which pockets to hit. You hear a beat, you're like, oh, there's hi-hats, there's keys, there's drums. So now you know like, oh, now I'm listening to this melody, this is my
Yeah.
approach to a song. So you
I
can
like-
rap, but eventually you're gonna get better than a rapper, and now you're gonna have a better understanding of music and chord progressions and timing and pockets. So you say it's emotional music, it's just better sounding music. It's not trap, it's not hip hop, but guys are
It's
still
music.
making.
So
guys
what you're
are-
saying?
guys are still
okay,
making.
I get your
yeah,
point.
like-
It's not hip hop anymore. It's now music. It's
But
more
it,
art.
but
Yeah,
hip hop
it's
will
more
always
like-
be based.
Of course,
like, right now.
hip hop is
Yeah.
the foundation, and then music is what happens after. And this is why
and hip hop's like a culture. it's
this
a
this
lifestyle.
is why we are here.
Yeah.
I would call this the state of the music industry address. That's the theme.
This is an address.
Yeah, it's an address. I think I wish I would have had more people on the panel or more people with more opinions, but with my direction and what I'm trying to do, I think you two are the best candidates in this situation. And I
that's an
just
honor.
shot
Pleasure to be
definitely,
here,
and thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
T, and
Thank
thank you, Rondo. Like
Thank
I
you for
really,
having
really
us, man.
appreciate it. I've been trying to do
Appreciate it.
this for years,
Yeah.
and I have an objective. I shot episode 1, and the objective was, I need to create. We need to create a sound that can be followed and developed and commercialized, and to get this sound to a point where it's sellable across the seas.
Yeah.
So you don't think music's sellable right now, or
I think the
that
problem,
we don't have a sound?
we don't have a specific sound that represents us, that you press play and you're like, hey, Botswana. Because if you play, you're listening to Afro beats, you know where it's from. AMAPIANO, you know where it's from. Trap, you know where it's from.
But I'd say Afrobeat didn't sound the way, like Afrobeat in 2023 doesn't sound the way Afrobeat sounded in 2012.
That's true. Yeah.
You get what I mean? So
That's
evolved.
exactly what I'm saying. It evolved.
Yeah.
Therefore,
So we
But
don't
the
go into a
roots,
lab and
obviously,
say
is
we're
like-
creating a sound.
no.
don't
I think it's intentional. Trust me, it is.
no.
It is
Obviously,
intentional.
obviously,
It's
when you're
through-
making music,
I feel like it's intentional also.
yeah,
Like,
you make a sound. You're
like,
intentional in the way
you know
you're
what I
trying
mean?
to
Like
create
it's
it.
like
The
But-
growth.
but you
You
stumble
mentioned
upon
Tyler
things,
the Creator.
don't you?
If,
like
if you listen to a Tyler Creator interview, I don't know which one he was on. He literally said he had to change his sound,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he was intentional about it
And it
because
shows.
he felt there's stuff he hasn't done yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment he did that, that's when the Grammys started flowing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he moved from a
So
more like
yeah, and
boom bap.
okay, and with Tyler, I think
From-
he's a guy who always had a vision, and even the execution.
Ah,
of
it's
the
a
sound.
recent thing though.
No, it's
That's
three-
what he
it's,
said
It's
on the
it's,
interview.
it's
With
like
the
3-4
synths,
albums.
the
There's a 3-4
synths.
album transition where it started with Cherry Bomb. That's where he was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm still Tyler, but not that Odd Future grungy guy. I'm
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a more musical album. Then he did
Was,
Flower
was he
Boy.
in Cape
then
Town
he did.
recently?
Let's stick to our point of discussion. I was driving a point.
No, I was talking about Tyler the Creator. But anyways,
Yeah.
the objective. Or you still want to?
Yeah, I was trying to.
You
explain
talk about
something
being
to you.
intentional.
No, yes.
Okay, being
So
intentional.
he did Cherry Bomb, he did Flower Boy, right? Then he did Igor, and now most recently, Sir Baudelaire. What's the name of that album? You Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yes.
So he came with a thing where it's like every album has a theme, color palette,
See the intentionality.
wardrobe,
Yeah.
and a character. You
a
get what I mean?
character,
yeah.
That was intentional. Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
But when we come to, let's go back to a sound. Let's say look at
A genre.
look at AMAPIANO, look at Afrobeat. That's what we're talking about,
House
right?
music.
The way
Kwaito.
the way
can go on
Wizkid
and
sounded in 2011 is not how he sounded in Made in Lagos. The way Davido sounded on whatever song in 2012 is not how he sounded. How he sounds, now. Not
Yeah.
even how he sounds 5 years ago. So yes, the Nigerians or West African market, they had a sound, but it also developed over time. And I think the problem with us is that like we want to look at the other people, want to look at what other people are doing and thinking they're doing the right thing
Yeah.
instead of looking at what we have
What we
and what
have
we're
also.
capable of doing. I
Yeah.
believe we have a sound. I believe we have some of the best
Which artist would you say?
English speaking artists, like where music is made in English, because Botswana don't have a specific accent, so the way they pronounce their words, the pockets they hit, the delivery is
The
always
delivery, yeah.
clean if done right.
Yeah.
Get what I mean? So I feel like our music is growing, and it's growing at a great rate. The direction that artists are taking, yes, some artists need work and like direction.
Listen,
and,
listen.
So, but I.
Do you want to
yeah.
say something?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm just in what he's saying about like the evolving music and how, like I'm just looking at Botswana as a whole. Like I'm just like, okay, like the traditional sound we know, like sometimes I think, yo, what if I took that and put it in like a hip hop beat, like take it and put it in like my piano
Definitely.
beat, take it and put it like in
Definitely.
a grimy London drill, like UK rap type of thing. What if we
Yeah.
did
That's
that?
what I'm trying to
Because
say. I'm
we're
talking about
so
production.
scared of like
You're talking about
exactly. I'm
production,
talking about
right?
that production because
Not the
that's
artist or the vocalist.
the vocalist. No, I'm talking about
Starting
the
from
production, the
scratch,
sound
as
of it.
in the production, the beat maker.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could give you references of actual songs with
Yeah.
like the traditional whistle that they play, like, the clapping. Like there's a
I
couple
have
of songs
press
that we
beats.
did.
I have press beats as a reference. Who else do you have?
Yeah, even there's Mpulele,
By who?
Vizo and William Lust, KRM.
Okay.
Song called Mpulele. It's got the traditional whistle.
Now pause right
Wait,
there. Can
no,
I say
I
something?
I want to think of like there's a couple other artists. It's been used. Press Beats has used it too.
Exactly, we're on the
Yeah.
same page. But this is what
But
I'm
that's
trying
not.
to show you.
That's not.
I'm trying to show you
That's
something.
not our
on Rondo.
sound. That's an indigenous instrument. You get what I mean? Like a sound is like the way like your
vibe.
your bass drop, like the way your bass pops, or the way your guitar bounces, like there's a Spanish guitar.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
You
saying.
piano's
just
got a
said
long
Spanish
drum.
guitar. What whistle is that?
No, but like the
Whistle-
bounce, it's not the guitar is not made in Spain. It's like the way
No.
But what if we
they
took
Oh
our
my
own
goodness.
stuff and made something with it?
This is more difficult.
That's what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like Like,
feel
you hear
what do you
piano,
think?
you hear the
Please
piano,
propose.
you hear
Okay,
the
or
piano.
maybe try
let's
break
say
it
this.
down from
Do you
your
think we have a
opinion.
sound?
Do you think
We have a sound, like an Afro beat or a piano or something that's coming.
Something that could compete.
Is there some? Is there like
what I'm- this is-
snowball effect?
I don't know if this will answer your question,
Yeah.
but every club I've been to, ever since being back, like every club I've been to, they're playing pianos. I've never actually heard
Bots music.
boss music being played there, like your Vizos, your Banties, your ATIs. I don't hear that in the clubs. It's just
Nah,
my piano
definitely
because why?
not right now.
Everybody's like, yo, dog, the pianos is popping
So-
right now all over the world.
Are you saying it's
But
impossible to
Look at how South Africa, like being in South Africa, they're doing the same thing. It's pianos.
Everywhere.
Like they'll play like hip hop for like an hour in a club. They'll play like Afro beats for like 3 hours. Okay, cool. Like because they've got Nigerian audience. But what I'm saying is that you won't hear bots music playing there. You won't hear anything playing there.
You know why?
You know,
Because we don't have a
because
particular
exactly.
sound.
So if
You
we
think so?
concentrate, if we concentrate like
do,
them, look at how they
but
came up with
what's
Gom,
what's
how
what?
they came
Okay,
up with-
Exactly.
What's-
They
what's
all
playing-
jump on
what's-
it.
what's
They
playing-
concentrate
what's
on
playing
one
the
thing.
most
They concentrate
now?
on one
What's
thing
playing the most
and
in the
they
club?
go for it, and everybody plays it.
Yeah.
Because they're
That's
trying
what I'm
spread
trying
it.
to say, Rondo.
Whereas bots is not
If-
doing
if-
that.
if
Clubs
you
are not
can't
promoting
mention-
artists. They're not promoting the music that's already been done. That's why when you speak of a song, sometimes I'm like, yo, I've never heard this song. Why? Where can I get it? Because people are actually looking for different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm also, the thing is, I'm an online guy. Even like the type of music that I listen to, like it's influenced by being online.
Yeah.
I'll see someone's video and be like, this guy's hard. Let me check out his Spotify and like.
Yeah, but you see what I mean?
You get what
Because
I
you have
mean?
That opportunity
Yeah.
of like,
Then if we're talking about the climate right now, it's bad for anyone who's not an AMAPIANO artist. I'm not gonna lie, because like it's the biggest genre in the world. It's even killing Afrobeat
But who's gonna
right
challenge
now.
it? Bro?
So no.
How
so,
did that
so
happen?
listen.
Challenge it.
So listen, South Africa. Wait. Firstly, South Africa has always made some of the best house music in the world.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And AMAPIANO is a hybrid. South Africa has a.
you
Wait,
keep
listen, let
answering
me drive my point. South Africa has a bass bounce. It's called Skubu, like Kwaito.
Yeah.
There's a way that it's a grungy,
Yeah.
distorted type of bass, right? And then there's deep house, right? So these guys took different elements. They took deep house piano chords, right? Put them on a Kwaito beat, added a lock drum. Do you get what I mean? Then took hip hop rhyme schemes, threw it on there. It's a hybrid. It's never been done. It doesn't exist. When
Now
that
they've
thing
got
gets
the-
overseas, they're like, what is
Like,
this
what is this
sound?
thing? And
Do you
they've
get what I
got
mean?
now the
So that's an anomaly.
Afrobeats
That's
mixing
an
in,
anomaly.
yeah.
It's not something that happens. It's not normal. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
shout out to them for that. Their industry is over 100 years old. Our country's not even 100 years old.
Rondo,
You get what I mean?
can I say something?
So no, wait, listen. And like I said earlier, what I don't want you guys doing, the thing is you keep interrupting me. Sorry about that. So earlier I said you guys keep looking outside, right? And comparing yourselves to people who are not in the same shoes as you. Like you want to compete with the South African industry. Like South Africa's had an industry. It's the second biggest music industry in the world after America. Do you know that?
Definitely.
You get what I mean? Like theater, fine arts, music. Do you get what I mean? Like South Africa's a developed country, somewhat. So we don't even have like our healthcare in check. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so that shows you the infancy of our entertainment industry. Imagine how much priority it gets. You get what I mean? Like we have artists that are doing great music. The lawmakers are trying to get infrastructure there, but we're not yet there. Firstly, there's no laws to protect the artist, right? Now I'm talking about like the state of our industry and
We're changing the topic because I'm thinking
let's
something.
get
I'm in a
back on
thought
track.
process.
Yeah,
Can I ask you
we're gonna go
something?
back and forth. We're gonna talk about our
Rondo,
preferences.
can I ask
over
you
music.
something?
Yeah.
So recently the Grammys have just announced that they will be adding an African category to the list. What do you think we should do to get on that list and get nominated?
If I was an artist and
You're
I
an
wouldn't,
artist manager.
like I wouldn't want my artist winning. Not that I wouldn't want it, but like best African category wouldn't be the aim. Like we'd want to do maybe like best male, best hip hop.
And how would you
or
go about
best,
that?
I think when you're making music, don't ever well, like we live in the age of in the internet, and now you're making music, you're creating content. Your content is available to everyone, no matter where they are. There's no borders on the internet, so don't try to compete with like this little box here. You're limitless. So when you make a song, make sure it's of a certain standard. When you write your lyrics, make sure your content is eye-catching or breathtaking. You get what I mean? Like, set a standard that's competing. Like, if your song plays after a Drake song, we shouldn't be able to hear a difference in the quality of your mix, in the quality of your vocals, in the arrangement of the song. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like, and also that's why A&R and artist development and all those sorts of things are important, because there's raw talent and it needs to be guided in the right direction. It's a difficult thing when it's just happening informally and in home studios and stuff. If we had workshops and like things where kids could actually go learn how to play
this or that,
you know what I mean? I'm talking about not private school kids, I'm talking about like just in a government school. They don't have music class and stuff like that. If kids could literally learn things like music theory, recording techniques, how to operate a DAW, you know what I mean? Things like that, how to shoot, edit, social media management, stuff like that. Because like that's the direction we're headed in. We just need to build. We're building, continue building. We need the support. We need legislation. Our artists aren't protected in terms of there's no regulatory authority in music. If McKay books an artist for a performance and McKay doesn't pay that artist, if you go to the police, you're not really gonna get much help. Like we should have.
Let's hold it right there.
Yeah.
Let's hold it right there. T. I'm an artist manager. This scenario.
Yeah.
I've been watching the world move and flourish and develop and evolve into so many different genres and film and content.
Yeah.
And I am a 15-year-old. I want to win a Grammy. What do I do? Or I want to be on the fashion New York runway, Paris runway. How do I go about this?
You study everybody else, what they're doing,
The best.
how they're doing it.
Where
You go for the
everybody
best.
where?
All around the
all
world.
over the world, man. All over the world. Like you look at, okay, how's Dior doing that? Because that's literally when I was there, like when I was in Cape Town. I have this friend of mine. He worked as a director of design for like Sportsy, UTF, what's TFG, yes. But what he also like mentioned to me was that most of the work that they do, you look at your competition. Okay, what are they making? What's the trend? What's the fashion trend? Which goes to his point about the music also, the Janos being the trend. And you look at how, okay, cool, I can get something from this, but like, how am I going to make it my authentic self? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's why you'll
So
still
how
see a
would you
jacket
make
from
it your
like,
authentic self?
yo, that's a whole day topic. Like literally for me, it's been looking inward and learning also what, as Botswana, we have. That's why coming back has been like a mind blower, because for me it's like I'm learning our culture even extra, because I'm like, okay, cool. I was doing music in a different place to this kind of audience, but I know if I was to like perform, everybody will just be like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like that side you have, like when I was there, it's more people with like diversities, different backgrounds, all of that. So when you take something out, they look at it differently. They don't, like, that's the one thing I've like realized, is like
They're
we're so
open-minded.
scared, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're so scared of like tasting something new. We're like, yo, you know, we run away from that. But that side, it's almost like everybody's excited. Like you say, yo, dude, I just dropped music. Like, yo, man, put it on. Like a random guy that just asks you, oh, dude, what do you do? Like everybody will ask you, dude, what do you do? The first question there. And it was so like bizarre at first. I'm like, why is this guy in my business? Like, why do you want to know what I do? Instead of my name. So it's like,
Alright.
you know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah.
You know what I would do? First of all, I would like to say I have an experience. It wasn't a long experience in the music industry.
Yeah.
I got to sit down in a record label type of setup, and I watched every move those guys made.
Yeah.
The wrong moves as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I realized something. Another side of me is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Where are
I
those guys
think
now, though?
they're gone. They're dead.
They don't exist
They
no more?
don't worry about them. They won't be coming back. I'm an entrepreneur.
You said on that board, you know that. You just said that on the
I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah? So when I look at something, I say, okay, here's a product. Here's the person I want to sell this product to. Here are my competitors. Maybe I should switch my product to look completely different to catch the eye of the buyer to a point where they choose my product over the rest.
Exactly.
This may come from branding, advertising, whatever strategy.
Yeah.
Now, music. If you Google right now, the most unique music in the world, an article will show up that says Botswana.
According
It
to who,
specifies.
though?
My man,
Like
people studied this thing.
No, but who has the say to say this is
somebody,
the most
listen,
unique
listen,
sound?
listen. Somebody, okay, fine. You know, if I say Indian sound right now, you know it's already playing in your head.
Which one?
Exactly. That's those guys who found that sound are the ones who found our sound. They know what they're doing. Because number two is China and number three is India. No, relax. I'm giving you a whole different point of view. Because I heard you, I get you.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it from a business point of view.
Yeah.
So, this product, from my research, if I add the Botswana sound, traditional sound, which is the stomping, the clapping, the chanting, that whistle, that traditional guitar. I am a Motswana. Clearly, in history, these things, that's why they're traditional instruments, they were played.
Yeah.
Fine. We're in the AMAPIANO era. Don't you think if you fuse these instruments with AMAPIANO, something would come up from that?
Yeah.
Rondo.
That's a formula that you're coming up with, right?
Yes, this is the objective.
That's
It's a new
that's-
thing.
yeah,
It's
that's-
never been
that's
done.
that's an
and I'm
that's
being
an idea.
intentional.
That's an
you know.
idea. Okay, that's an
And,
idea.
and
cool.
not just
So-
AMAPIANO, all Afrobeats, AMAPIANO, hip hop, R&B, everything.
Yeah.
These
So
instruments.
here's my thing. When you make music, whether it's a beat, whether you're singing or whatever, like especially songwriting and
No, production,
and
I
beat
mean.
production, when you're making a song, it's I'd say music is something that's divine, or art is divine. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's I feel like when you're painting or when you're singing, when you're doing whatever, creating, it's coming from something beyond you, beyond this realm. You get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
because you're creating.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So it comes from wherever it comes from, and your environment contributes to how you create whatever you're creating. You get what I mean? Like you make, like I don't know.
It's like
Have
that
you watched
zone
this
you were talking
episode of Drink Champs where Pharrell is on? Then there's a noise banging in the back, and he's like, "I need you guys to record that sound for me." And it's just
I didn't notice
it's
that
just
part.
a bang. It keeps
I
going
didn't notice that
bang. He's
part.
like, "Please record that because he's gonna take that."
I just
one
know
sound.
that the Drink
put it-
Champs sound
Yeah.
quality is bad.
No,
So
that's
that's
not the
possible.
point. He took that one sound, right? He took that one sound. He's going to take it to his studio
Yeah.
and paste it or put a spin on it and make it whatever. So like when you make music, it's authentically you and it's influenced by your environment. You get what I mean? So when guys are in the process of creating, I don't think, yes, obviously there's times where you're like, I want to tap into that pocket or into that market, so I'm going to
As
make
a-
a song in
yeah,
that genre. But I
Yeah.
don't think it is a science lab where you're creating, but it's not like I'm gonna take 3 molecules of this and 2 molecules of this and create this metal. Like, no, that's not how it works. It's a feeling. It comes to you naturally. You get what I mean? Like I've been in the studio where guys want to make a song and it doesn't work out. You get what I mean? Because that's how it is. Like we could be in the studio for 3 hours and no one records. You get what I mean? But you can make 3 songs in 30 minutes. Also, it's
Okay,
it's
can I
about
comment?
mood and vibe. So
All right.
now let me finish my point. So yes, we can experiment and try incorporate those sounds and whatever. And yes, guys have tried to incorporate those sounds and whatever. But I think trust the process. These things happen naturally, if you're putting in the right work and setting yourself up for a win in whatever genre you make. He says he makes music that's not popular here, but if he does, and he continues making his sound to the best of his ability and trying to get it to the right ears, something will give, and you'll get reward for your efforts, and you get everything takes time basically.
All right,
You
so
don't need to
T,
rush or try to create something that doesn't exist.
all right, my reason for this intention, like I said, is to sell the product to the outside, to be able to compete in South Africa with those sounds. What would you say your take is with the climate in the music industry in South Africa right now? You were based in Cape Town.
Yeah, I was based in Cape Town. So with South Africa, you have to like, obviously, Joburg is like the music industry, and then Cape Town is
The capital.
You know what I mean? The capital of music.
Holiday destination.
And then Cape Town is the holiday destination, but mostly the
You
film.
were based in Cape Town.
Yeah, I was based in Cape Town, which is like the film capital. So with music, it will move quicker if you go to Joburg, like for example, like the D's, D Kuala, Look It Ups. You know, these are some of the people that are product. Bravo Rouge just got signed. Congratulations.
D
to
so
OB
hard.
away.
Hey, D Kuala.
So you know what I mean? They get, like Sony Music is Africa's in Joburg, so they recognize the talent. You'll come over to Joburg. Let's explore this. And my thing when I got there, I was like, guys, why do we always go to Joburg instead of just doing things over here? So
and can I throw in something? Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, just one more point.
Okay, yeah,
just to wrap it up.
Let me finish up.
But like when I looked at how many people were performing, there was literally like only youngster performing, mostly in Cape Town. And I was like, guys, why is only like one guy performing every time it's youngster, or they're bringing Joburg here? Like, what's going on? So my thing was like, okay, cool, party promoters, let's make a thing. Let's
And it
make a
actually
thing.
worked.
And
You were booked
and,
every
and I
week.
was booked every week because of that. And then other artists started getting that thing of like, yo, like, wait, dude,
Let's do our own show.
when like, how do you get to perform? I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, okay, don't worry, let's do this. You know what I mean? And it became a thing now where I'm on stage and D Kuala is performing in Cape Town. She's like going crazy, and I'm like, damn, like this is exactly what we've been dreaming of. Like, why do we always have to go that side? Now she's more booked in Cape Town than Joburg. You know what I mean? Now Cape Town itself has a music scene coming up, and people are recognizing that different aspects, and like different music is coming up, and homies are singing like from your grime to your AMAPIANO to your Afro beats all together. It's like a whole thing. You know what I mean? It's exciting time for Cape Town actually. And now you have your Cash, CPT, you have all these homies coming
the
up.
new guy, yes,
You know what I
I
mean?
checked him out. So did you
yeah,
want to
so
say
it's like-
something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something because also it's about like authenticity. That's the most important thing in art.
Yeah.
Even my job, bro, is to sell music, bro.
Yeah.
So and I know that music is not, it's not a product. You don't put red and blue on it.
Exactly, yeah.
And put big bright whatever bold
It's
writing
art,
on
yeah.
it, then put it on a shelf. That's not how it
Yeah.
works. It's a personal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
So
I get what you mean.
we have to stick to who we are,
Yeah.
because usually music is about relatability. Like,
Yeah.
can I relate? Have I been in this situation?
Exactly,
Does
yeah.
it speak to me? I can give you an example. AKA for me is my favorite.
Was.
Is my favorite artist, probably all time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Like, now I'm putting him on that pedestal because he passed away. Like, I knew the impact he had on my life. I
Yeah.
listened to his music growing up since I was
Exactly.
probably 14 till I'm 28 now.
Yeah.
There's a mega album for every season of my life. So
Yeah.
look at him, bro. He was in South Africa and his music is proudly
Yeah.
South
African.
African.
You know what's
Yeah.
The
funny about
content,
this whole
the lyrics,
conversation?
the productions, the samples.
Yeah.
Rondo, how do you think he
Literally.
did it though?
Yeah. He was
At home.
That's exactly what
How
his
did
question
he
is.
do it?
At home.
That's what
That's
I'm
what his
trying
question
to
is.
say.
That's
to you.
exactly what he's saying.
And
He's
you
like,
are telling me,
let's make that. Let's
nah.
cook it and see what happens.
But he was being himself. Every like
That's exactly
like,
who we are.
He went out of
Yeah.
the box of what.
No,
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
AKA's first song. It's a sample. Second
From-
album, first single,
from,
it's
like,
a
the
sample.
originals.
Third album.
Listen, you know
Like
why?
African.
Yeah, AKA is the biggest biggest artist. Firstly, because he's a super producer.
Rondo.
He was
I need to
producing
come
for
to your
Pro
studio.
Kid.
You guys are doing it
No,
wrong.
listen, you're missing my point. My point
Nah,
is
man.
don't go outside looking for a sound.
No,
and
no.
Don't.
That's not what I said.
Don't rush the process.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
take
Though. It's
You know what? I'm gonna do this
time.
process.
It's like, let's
and
do it.
You
Let's
guys are
do
going to
something.
say,
Fela and Versace's
I'm
like
there, man.
album
I'm there
number
if you
4.
need help, bro. I'm there. Like,
look, I'm going to go forward with the initiative. By the way, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing. I just wanted you.
I think okay.
I wanted you
I
here just
challenge
to get your
I challenge
point.
you. I
Let's
challenge
see.
you to maybe A&R a project or even a song, incorporating. Get whoever producer you need, whoever artist you need, incorporate that sound. Do the marketing.
I don't need to
No,
do
I'm
that.
challenging you. No,
Alright, for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And go out there, put the songs on the platform, push them.
yeah.
Let's see
what happens.
what happens. Because like I know for a fact that every day guys are thinking on how
can I better
do
myself?
we get
How do
the
I break
one
it?
and
Yeah.
there's songs that you know are the one and there's different ways to incorporate
And
the
even the
sound.
song that you think is
yeah,
not
so
the
it's
one
like-
will be the one. You
so
know
it's
what I mean?
like you can't, a musician never tells an accountant, "Yo, come and balance these books this way." So like even you like respect the art.
Yeah.
Like don't come and tell a guy, "Yo man, why don't you paint this thing blue and red?" Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not the
Yeah, but
reality. 'Cause
Rondo,
if
listen.
it's that easy, then do
Listen,
it.
Rondo,
You get what I
listen.
mean?
Yeah.
No,
Do you know-
I'm just
Do you
trying
know
to help
that
you understand.
if
So-
you were
no, wait, before we conclude. So I challenge you to do that, right? Like take your time
Yeah.
and put in the effort. Try do it. You know what I mean? Do a 3-month rollout. Push your product. See the reception and see if the formula in your mind and in the reality of life, in the dynamic of life in the country that we're in, and the
Okay.
climate of music in the world. I could give you another example. You know, there's only been one #1 song on Billboard Top 200 this year. The whole year, there's never been, except Lil Durk All My Life, there was never a hip hop song. There's probably been a piano or an Afro beat because piano
That's what's been.
is running the world.
Yeah.
You got Miami, Uncle Waffles, Durban Gogo, they're doing 50,000 people. Focalistic is launching his album O2 Arena. Do you understand how big this movement is? So you want to compare yourself with something that's been built and is evolving multiple times when you haven't even done Block A.
Yeah.
You understand?
But it's
But
gone.
that's the thing. Let's do it.
You can't do Block A because Block A is gone.
What do you mean?
That's the thing. This is the problem, Rondo. I want you to pay attention to what I'm gonna say.
How do you build a
Please give me a
skyscraper? How do you build a skyscraper? You need a foundation.
Rondo, give me a chance to tell you, to make you understand something. My first episode,
Because maybe
listen, pause. Really, like just think about it. The first episode I recorded is with a guy called, a man called MORPHEUS. He's a Motswana who managed to go to school in Chicago from government sponsorship in around 95, 98. Yeah? He gets there. He gets an opportunity to work with Steven Spielberg.
super director.
He let it go. He went and worked on a smaller project instead. It's called Manic. It has Don Cheadle in it, this movie.
Is the
I'm talking about a
movie-
Motswana.
He directed it.
Listen to me. He's playing a part in directing.
Oh,
He also did another movie with Samuel L. Jackson. Man, he was here just today, episode 1. And he came home. You know when he did his first movie, it's called Hot Chili. He made it about home and
Hot
about
Chili, I think.
culture.
is it like the old movie?
Yes.
It's fire. I've watched it. Like the old.
You
old
know
one.
what he did?
It's-
He's already been to the Western world and seen all those guys.
Oh,
and when he
but by
got
the way,
home,
it's not an original story line.
it's a home. It's
Yeah.
a cultural story, though.
Yeah, but
He
it's not
got
an
it.
original.
He sampled
It's
He sampled
it's like
it,
a
Rondo.
folklore story.
Still.
Then he set it in Botswana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
Listen,
Mm.
he could have. I'm trying to say, filmmakers do not attempt to recreate Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like you guys are trying to recreate Hollywood music?
Which guys?
Oh, you hip hop guys. What do you mean?
Which guys? Like
You,
reference?
Rondo, you. You and Vizo.
I don't make the music.
I listen
but
to
I want you to
I
tell
listen
me. So
to
wait.
and then Henny and what? What sound is that?
Henny
what
and
sound
Ice-T.
is it? Yeah, what sound is that?
It's a hip hop song. It's a trap song.
From
Yeah.
where? It's a trap song.
Yeah,
These
it's a
guys are
trap
trapping.
beat.
They're in Atlanta.
No,
They know about trap.
That's not
Why are you
so-
telling
trap-
stories
wait,
about trap
wait,
when you
wait.
don't know nothing about
Wait,
trapping?
wait, let's hold on, bro. Right now, you've been telling me to mimic AMAPIANO.
No,
and-
I never
wait,
said that.
can I speak? And I think we're gonna need a director's cut actually. But listen, right now you've been telling me to mimic AMAPIANO and Afro beat, telling me to take a whistle and put it on a AMAPIANO beat, right? In your own words, that's what you just said,
Yeah.
right? But now you're gonna go and say, where does hip hop come from? Firstly, it comes from America, right? Right? Trap is a subgenre.
Yeah.
Same way AMAPIANO is a subgenre of house music.
music.
House music comes from Chicago, but it's big in South Africa.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So, right? Guys are making this is a single off of an album that has about 13 songs actually, right? You're picking out one single that is a trap, which is catchy, upbeat, hard-hitting bass, something you'd play at a party with
Something
a
big
lot
in
of
Atlanta.
no, at a party at a lot
Oh.
of
At a
people.
party with a lot of people.
Casper and Your Vest has made trap songs. Aren't you a Casper and Your Vest fan?
Yes.
Listen,
No,
this is
I-
not about me.
No, wait. So right, let me drive
This
my
is
point.
about the music industry.
So let me drive
state,
my. So let me
the
drive.
state, the
Listen,
current state.
listen. So let me drive my point. So
Who I'm a fan of is a different topic.
wait. Yes. Can you? You know the problem is my guy.
Nah, I know. Listen.
No,
The thing is,
listen.
I feel like you don't understand what
No,
I'm saying.
listen. Here's what I'm saying.
And T,
No,
can you
look,
intervene?
You get-
wait.
He
Pause,
understands
bro.
what you're saying. though.
I
You
understand
what
everything you're saying.
I can
Oh,
hear what
okay,
he's
you
saying.
get
the
me.
problem
No,
is-
I get it.
The
Okay,
problem
I thought
is
you don't get
No,
me.
the problem is.
Now let me listen to you.
You're giving me a platform to explain to you to get my perspective, right?
Yeah.
So when
So he's
when I'm
giving you
trying
the
to drive a
backdrop.
point,
Yeah.
take it in and open up your mind and try and picture what I'm saying, so you understand where I'm coming from. Do you get what I mean? Because like that's what the platform is about. You're here to hear his perspective, and
The thing is, I don't get it.
you see.
I think that's
He's doing
why.
it again.
No. I'm gonna let you talk. But I'm trying to say, you know what's the problem between you and I?
I think we need a director's cut.
Now we don't.
We do.
Are we stopping?
Yeah. We do. You know what?
So how should we do it?
No, you're off track, bro. You're not on the guide, and it's like
You gotta-
you're
you gotta listen
debating
to-
with me.
Yes,
You
we
gotta listen to
are.
all
Your personal
sides.
opinion. No, that's not how.
You gotta listen
What
to
do you
That's
mean
not
that's
the-
not how
that's
it
not the-
is?
No,
Okay, we're not.
I don't think that's the type of
You
space
got,
like
you
that.
got, you gotta
I-
listen to all sides.
Yeah.
Like,
What should we
listen
do?
to what okay.
No,
from-
you know what's the problem? We are talking over each other.
Yeah.
Debating,
because
yes.
you're being
I
personal.
want to
Yeah.
debate.
No, that's not what it's about, bro.
It's-
But we're not on the same page.
So listen, bro.
So what should we do?
listen, we're talking about the state of the entertainment, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you my perspective as an
On what he
artist
sees.
manager.
Yeah.
He's telling you his perspective as an artist that's
Exactly.
been in Cape Town,
Just
just came
here,
to
yeah.
Botswana.
So wait, I don't
no,
agree
wait,
with you. What should I do?
listen,
So it's-
listen.
Okay,
Wait, that's okay.
Yeah.
disagree.
You don't
Exactly.
have to
You
agree
don't have
with
to agree.
me
They don't have to
to
share the
agree.
same
We
opinion.
don't have to
Yeah.
have the same
So-
opinion.
Yeah.
You're a
Wait, hold
host.
on,
Yeah.
Rondo.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
You're a host, right?
I'm listening.
You're here to make sure we're on track with
With the
what's
chat,
being
yeah.
discussed.
Well, fine,
You can throw in your 2 cents, whether you
I
like.
agree. Yeah.
Like, bro, I could be an asshole to you. Like, don't be coming like personal attacks or trying to be funny. Like,
Yeah.
just
No, you
be-
should.
No, yo, dog, that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Rondo, I
agreed
think we are
to
trying to get to a
Listen,
point.
so I'm telling you, I didn't come here to be on some back and forth. I thought, like, I called you and I said, bro, I love the questions. I love the discussion. Let's have a fruitful discussion that's beneficial to the person
Yeah.
watching. It doesn't care. Like, it doesn't matter what K feels like.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what's the kid at home taking in?
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Stick to your script, bro. Don't tell me to
Listen,
fuse- No,
let me
listen, I'm
explain.
giving you an example. I'm being
Okay.
so serious right now. Like, I'm dead serious. Because, bro, this is a dope setup. You're doing great work. Let's work. You know what I mean? No, listen. You're telling me take this sound and fuse it with AMAPIANO, then you go back and contradict yourself and say these guys are making hip hop, these
Yeah.
guys are making
Yeah.
trap. It seems like a personal attack. It seems funny. I don't appreciate that type of energy. Let's have fruitful conversations. You gave me a guide. I prepared for that guide, right? You have the freedom to throw in this and that. Let's talk about the state of entertainment. What's your opinion on the state of entertainment? What's my opinion on the state of entertainment?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the state of entertainment?
Yeah, yeah.
What conclusion do we have? What point
all
did
of
you
this.
gain from the next person?
Exactly.
Right? Let's move on to the second thing,
Yeah.
third thing. Let's move gradually. Let's not go haphazardly. I don't want to feel like a dumbass on camera. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
No.
real shit.
No. Can I explain
Like
something?
that I don't like. There was good conversation in there, but it got distracted by.
We'll edit it. Don't worry.
Like I
Rondo,
feel like
listen,
you are
listen.
not being on track with.
Listen.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
How I structured this show is to have an objective, right? And I haven't even started the show.
Yeah.
The thing about you and I is that, even if we're having a
Yeah,
conversation,
I hate your
we
opinions,
never
dog.
get to an agreement.
Yeah.
But we are going to get to the script and all.
Yeah,
and all
let's
that.
purpose.
You wanna cut this part?
goals? No goals. Yeah,
You
let's
wanna move forward?
No, let's do it
Let's finish
the
that
right
thing.
way. Like I don't know, guys.
No, I get what you mean because
Please, I need
he
your
was
input.
making a point
That's
of
why I
like,
need a director. I
okay,
need
now you're
someone to say.
Now
Did
we'll
you
be
really?
fine. The problem is that
'Cause we were
what's the
talking-
problem? Is because
No, I
I
know
was
it's
trying to
true,
make
but
the objective.
Well, look, like we're not fighting. Don't think me and
Nah,
him
let
are
it flow.
fighting.
Talk-
We're
yeah,
being
yeah.
very real and honest. So, like you guys are shooting, right? Your name is attached to this product, right? You want it to come out
But
the best way it can come out.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to be like, guys,
slow down.
let's get back on track.
Yeah.
That's what a team is for.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, check. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Are we going in?
2-minute break, 5-minute break.
No.
Cause fuck, man.
No, you're
I
not
need to
going.
smoke weed. This guy's giving me anxiety.
Nah, that's the problem. Wait, Rondo, don't go anywhere. I want
Yeah,
to
sure. Let's go.
You know what I
but
want you to
please,
do?
bro, like let's.
No. Pause.
I don't want
Okay,
to go
fine.
back and forth like it's
Yeah.
personal opinions. We'll never agree. Let's have a
Let
conversation.
me be honest. It didn't go right as planned.
Yeah,
and I
so,
planned it in my
so
head.
please.
But I think I should move on from that objective. I made my point. You made your point. We never came to anything.
No, because like let's say if you ask a question about the Grammys, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why you're asking that question about the Grammys, and then he said something and I said something.
Yeah.
Like you should take
What-
from
what's been
it
said.
because you're asking us or you have us here because you believe in our opinions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take what he's saying, take what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and like analyze.
Can I say something?
And then
You know what's
Yeah.
the problem with this particular question?
because like if you
it's
ask
not
me
like
something,
it's gonna
if
be
you ask
like
me
that.
something, then you
Listen,
Then you
Rondo.
put it aside.
Listen.
Don't put it aside. Yeah.
The thing about this particular question, it's not like all these other things you can make your opinion and whatever. But with this, it's
camera
something
rolling.
that I just wanted to figure out. It's something I just always wanted to understand. Honestly, can we roll?
it's been rolling.
It's been.
I've always wanted to get it, though.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want to be like different? Just try wild things,
I feel like I
Just
do.
a wild instrument that just
I feel
doesn't
like-
make sense, which is what you do a lot, which is
Yeah.
fashion guys do a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's my point. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I
But
feel
it's as
like-
if we're taking the smooth route.
Okay, well,
We're not risky.
with anything in life, I feel like, let's say a bicycle, you start with the training wheels, learn how to ride first, take the wheels off, start moving faster. Now you can do wheelies. Now no hands. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I feel like with anything, you need to learn the basics and become a professional. Then you can like put in your 10,000 hours in any field. Then you can experiment and become abstract. Because like, let's say there's people with natural born talent where you could be a fine artist and you're just painting crazy paintings. But then when you go back and go learn actual color palettes and mixing and matching of color, like I guarantee you're gonna be better.
It's yeah.
So I feel like that should always be the approach with anything. So yes, and I'd say even my journey was unorthodox. I just ended up doing music. It was I wouldn't say it was part of my plan. Like if you tell 19-year-old me that you're gonna be an artist manager or whatever, like I'd be like, what? I wouldn't believe it because that wasn't
The
the
plan
vision
at
at the
that
time.
time.
So we're learning, right? And we're studying every day. But also at the same time, like we've got experience, we're gaining experience. So we're trying to move. Like we know our shortcomings, we know our strengths. So we work with those things. We look at how's the best guy doing it? What's hot right now? Is there a dance challenge? Should we do a TikTok dance challenge to go with the song? Should we do, you know what I mean, visualizers? So you like there's trends, like so with everything you take a full scope and then do you.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think one thing like from an artist perspective like that I've been facing is taking what you're saying, Rondo, is that there are certain people, bro. There are certain people that just like take the risk. Like you're just like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna do this, and then it just comes with feeling. Can't really explain it. Like you said, it's divine.
Yeah, faith. And
you know, it's just
belief.
like that faith with like, okay, dude, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take that, and I'm just gonna fuse it together and see what happens. You know what I mean? And you're trying things, you're risking things, but I feel like that's how creativity is. It's like a mess. You know what I mean? You start off with a mess.
Do you have those experiences?
You get to
where
a point
just
where you're like, you figure yourself out.
in studio and nothing actually comes out, or you risk and you think it's good but it's not.
I think even the amount of songs that drop compared to the amount of songs that are made, I think guys only probably drop 5 to 10% of actual music they make. And also sometimes it's different artists, different strokes for different folks. Really, there's different artists have different dynamics. So sometimes it's like I'd say, like, for reference, let's say the artist that I've worked with for the most, let's say Vizo, he's more of a quality over quantity, as in want to take time when making the project.
Yeah, he takes his time.
But one thing I can tell you is that if it's a hit, he knows, like, he can make a song on Tuesday and on Thursday he's telling me we're shooting, and he's already like contacted the director and written the script, and he knows the locations on his own. You get what I mean? And then there's songs where it's like there was a perfect, like, he made the song and it was a hit, there was a perfect plan, there was a perfect rollout. You get what I mean? I feel like even I could give you like the most recent work, OTV2. The rollout for that was, that album took 2 years to come out. And half of the songs.
When did one come out?
One came out in 2018. Now this is the sequel.
It's been that long.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Time flies.
Yeah, then boys dropped probably an album each since then. Then this they got a joint project again, and it's taken two years to develop this project. Probably 10 songs that were on it are not on it, and it's only 13 songs, so you can imagine. But it took guys just putting in that work to say, being intentional. Like, we've been sitting on this thing for 2 years. Let's put all our energy into it. Let's
see what happens.
Think of a color scheme. Let's plan the videos. Let's do everything. And like, we've seen the results. Literally, drop that thing, getting gigs, and it's been tough for hip hop. We haven't been getting gigs. We haven't been getting booked. Like, we've been at home because it's piano every other day. So,
and you can switch to piano.
No, it's not about switching. It's like guys have dropped AMAPIANO influenced songs, but it's about,
it doesn't feel real.
No, you're in your realm and you're creating. So it's like if there's substance to what you're making, you're not gonna pay attention to the next guy's stuff. But I'm not saying you shouldn't be aware. But that's just
all right.
Sorry. So my point was, we paid attention to this project, and we saw the bookings coming and corporate gigs coming back, and the other video song where I think we also put planning and precision to it was Deja Vu. It's another song where you saw the ripple effect of corporate. The work. So I think it's you always gotta take your time, plan. You get what I mean? Some artists just compile songs and drop it and it's a hit. Some artists create an album that's one thing from start to finish. It's all about your approach and what you're trying to do. There's no formula, really, and
take it as art.
Godspeed, really. Take your time.
So, because the reason why I'm so enthusiastic about the questions I'm asking is because, bro, you know, when we talk about South African artists, it's as if we're praising them. I honestly don't want to praise Bash. I'd rather praise you, because you're my boy, and I want to see you shine. I want to see you shine in the fashion and the music. I want to see you at Universal or Sony Studios doing your A&R thing. So, as a fan from the back, I play a role of someone who is a fan, but I've also been in. I've also been around the industry, and I realized a lot of things, and I can't say anything in the moment. You know, I can't just tell Dilla, hey, what's going on here? Change this, change that. That's a problem. You can't tell anyone that. Then that's why I have you instead of them. I feel like you represent them, and right now I feel
in my
like
own capacity, I believe.
No, but you are their father.
No.
Like you carry them. Like I feel like when they're busy in the
I think-
studio,
no, I think-
you
no.
do the business side, don't you?
Nah, but it's not like that. I think you shouldn't also get like anything twisted or anything. Like I'm little, I'm my own person, you get what I mean? Like I provide services, I provide insight, opinion. There's certain
It's a
guys,
team. It's a team.
there's certain guys that have, where I'd say I've been honored to play roles in certain teams, and I have roles in certain teams, and also to have had access or to be.
Are you being modest? Right
No,
now?
I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Like to had insight
Okay.
to certain
Yeah.
things. You get what I mean? So when I speak based off of me as a person. I'm not here to speak for anyone or in capacity of anyone else. I can't sit here and do that. It's not fair to me or to them.
Alright.
I can't speak about like for another man.
Yeah.
But I can tell you like reference point when I worked with so and so when we did
This is the experience.
this is how
Yeah.
this went. So
From a business point,
So
though,
it's-
it kind of feels like I would rather talk to you. Am I wrong?
I don't know, because like here's the thing, like I'd say like you mentioned Dilla, you get what I mean? He's a businessman in his own right, you get what I mean? Like
Now he is, yes.
I don't know, like the
He
first
is
event
now.
the first event I ever did was
With
a main
him.
Dilla event, you get what I mean? Like
Exactly.
so he introduced me into events.
Yeah.
So he's
So he
he's
introduced you, not the other way
into
around.
events, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
you get what I mean? Like he had done
Dilla the
probably
OG.
2-3 prior.
Mm-hmm.
So he introduced me into events. He introduced me into music, like the work. You get what I mean? He exposed me to
What
that
year
work.
is this?
Probably 2014,
Because I did the Faded
14,
15.
15, somewhere there. But like
And
I've known guys since high school and whatever. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so I could speak like that. I've like even with Faded Gang, like yes, I worked with them. I was with them, but I was never their manager or their road manager or anything. But for example, with Visa, I could tell you I've been his road manager. I've been his manager. I work as an A&R. I've directed some.
So-
So you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I'm in house. I'm
Yeah.
working with him. We go
It's
to
a
the
utility,
we go to
yeah.
the drawing board together,
Exactly. Yeah.
do strategy. So when different people approach different things differently, Ben T in his own right, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's good with the corporates. He knows how to go pitch and get your Coca-Cola
yeah.
or your Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I've mentioned, I also worked in the liquor industry.
Yeah.
He's put me on connections in those fields. Why so has sponsors, Flying Fish, Jägermeister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vizo's a businessman in his own right. He runs his own recording studio.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? He does his influencing gigs. He does his own thing in his own right. So everyone runs business their own way. So you can't say I'm the reference guy
No,
for business.
What I meant,
You get what I mean?
With us looking from the outside, perception is, for example,
But let's
who
not
was
take
managing
perspective, let's
Venti? No, pause.
Yeah, let's
Pause. Let
take
me try.
things
Let
as
me
they
try
are.
explain it.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's managing. Who used to manage Venti before, or who's managing Venti right now?
You mean Lloyd?
Lloyd.
Yeah, he used
Exactly.
to, yeah, but
There's
still,
a feeling that you get when you interact with Lloyd, and it's a different thing when you interact with Venti, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It feels like more business than the actual product.
But essentially, that's why artists have those people in place
Yeah.
for you to. They're contact points. They're not really.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's
You
move
know what I
forward.
mean?
Let's move forward, guys. So, Chanelo has
Oh.
extended an olive branch.
Oh, okay.
I want to move completely from the other.
You know
And
what
now I'm
I want?
getting in the
I don't want
podcast.
us having a discussion and not getting to the point of what we're discussing and then moving on. You get it? But anyway, it's fine.
Do you think there's anything we need to clarify? No, you.
Because you were talking about
Rondo
some,
is an entity. He's a
you said
businessman
something.
by himself.
You said something about South Africans or praising South Africans, and then you said
No, I was talking about
Botswana.
being enthusiastic towards you.
Enthusiasm.
Basically
I
making them
want-
feeling like you're making
I
them
wish-
bigger than us. You know what I mean? Like
You know, I wish
why
that
can't we
this
esteem V
but-
like this, or why we can't
But
we
I'd
esteem
say,
Banty like this? Like it's a.
but
it's
I'd say
actually-
honestly, it's about like
it's a good
it's
question.
it's honestly also about being like true and real to yourself and knowing
Yeah,
yourself.
backing
Like
yourself
what
up
like
also,
what do
yeah.
you do this thing for? Do you do it for other people's validation, or do you do it because like I made a hit
Yeah.
and I love doing this? You mentioned Bash Vision. Bash Vision is an inspiration to me because also these guys are like a lot of the guys around me are 5-6 years older than me. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm quite young compared to them. So I look at them and I'm like, this is a guy who went to school in Gaborone, right? Right now he's
in SA
he's
running
managed
things.
a couple of big artists.
Yeah.
He signed as an artist to Sony.
Yeah.
He just got a role at Warner Brothers Music.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, man, this guy was in the same city I was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I be in that position in 6 years?
And he
You get what I mean?
represents as well.
Yeah,
He
you
doesn't
mentioned
even
you
hide
mentioned
it, you
a
know.
guy like Lloyd in the event space. Architects of Groove are like a leader.
Yeah.
I look up to them in how they do things. Even as a manager, I've had conversations with him.
Yeah.
I see, honestly, you should always see a bit of you in people you look up to. So I look at some of these guys and I'm like, yeah, I see how they're doing it. Their journey is somewhat similar to mine.
Yeah.
In due time, I'll be headed in that direction because I also know what I have to do to get to certain places because it's always trial and error,
Can I make a
Yeah.
comment there?
consistency,
You know,
all that.
you know what the
Keep on
thing
working on the
is
dream.
about you. The why I put you on such a, maybe I'm putting you on a pedestal. You know why? Because you work with the best artists in the country. I can never put you. I get it now. You're saying these guys are 5 years older than you. I honestly don't see a difference because I don't think.
Because we're not in like
No. Listen
pushing
to me,
it.
Rondo.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I know you are not going to. You're trying to. I mean, it's just you. You are a humble guy who just wants to be Rondo. You don't want to be gassed or what. But I'm telling you from the outside looking in, if you were not right there behind Vizo, he kind of wouldn't have accomplished something. He's a verified artist. You are a manager for an artist who's verified in the world.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like even.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not.
So I give you an example.
I don't think you have processed.
So I'll give you an example with things like even verification. Those are things that he'll be figuring out on his
We don't
own
know.
at home. You get what I mean? Like obviously, like that's the thing when guys lock in. Like, let's say going into studio, it's not a thing where like guys are just going in and going to record a song. Sometimes in studio,
Take time.
3, 4, 5
Doing
hours
other
just
business.
like thinking about like what do we want to do.
Yeah.
What are we trying to do? Like we've had a team. There's Khalid. Khalid has always been there with like our pictures, making sure the pictures is always clean. The vision of like what type of look are we going for. Skara was always there with the styling, a bit of creative direction. Zhang with a bit of the styling too. There's also my homie Bakisi, MB the jeweler. He's the guy that I credit highly because he introduced the system into the way we work, as in like what's our quarterly plan, what's our monthly plan, what's our weekly plan. Break that down all the way.
So it's the whole team that we don't get to see.
Yeah, and the team has had shifting pieces. Like we've probably had 5-6 photographers, couple DJs. I had to learn how to DJ at some point. Guys like Flex the Ninja came into the scene. So it's we've been with Zenzele Hirschfield. I probably learned almost everything from her. There's Daisy. Vizo is a manager called Daisy also. She's in the UK. There's been a lot of people behind the machine. So like from face value or from your perspective, you might see A, B, C, D. I know the work that I do, and I am modest, I am humble, but I always like tell you like, yo man,
But you
I am that guy.
yeah.
You get what I mean? I'll tell you that. But yeah, man, it's a great effort from everyone, and it's even better when you have an amazing artist, first of all, talented, hardworking, willing to learn. Everything I've learned as a manager, Vizo's learned. Just like literally every book I've read, he's read.
Let's try to
stuff
move
like
on.
that, you get what
Let's
I
try to
mean? So
move on.
I credit that to them also.
We're good, right? I think we've come to a.
Yeah.
In terms of the beginning, this is just the beginning.
Hey man, I feel like you're gonna stress me. But
No. Now we're going into the podcast. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
And I like I said, Channel O has extended an olive branch, and I have my comments. I don't know what you think about the MDU, the party, and Channel O.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope that we have like our own show on like I think Channel O reaches probably the whole of Africa, right? Or like a lot of like a lot of countries in Africa. So I think just having like a show where every week there's at least 5 different artists getting their music on there. Like
It's an extension to reach.
it
It's
could
an
reach the
extension to
right
reach,
people,
yeah.
and I'm also happy that this was an initiative where DSTV South Africa was
Yes,
involved.
was involved.
Yeah.
It's not an agency somewhere.
Exactly.
It's
Somehow,
actually
somehow.
multi-choice, and DSTV making an effort. Even better, MDU's the homie. Do you get what I mean? Like, I love to see him. He's someone who's passionate about this media thing
Yeah.
and this radio thing, and just like MDU, I've seen him do. Just go out of his way to make sure upcoming artists are doing something. Like guys, get active. Like
Yeah.
I like the energy that he's spreading around. It's an
definitely.
amazing thing.
He put in
Like
a
he's
lot
yeah.
of influence and a lot of energy.
He's
behind
telling
a
everyone
lot
like
of
I
brands.
can.
Everyone.
He's telling everyone I
Every
can
single
do it.
one.
You can do it too.
Yeah.
So like you need
Every
that
single
type of
person.
Yeah,
infectious
yeah.
energy around. Even the launches, he's booking the homies. You get what I mean? So I think it's
It's a beautiful.
I think it's a
thing.
beautiful thing. I just hope it's here to stay, and hopefully
That's what I was gonna say. I hope
I hope it's
it
here to
won't
stay.
just be Mdu, because I feel like there are other people like Stuga.
I don't know about if I like
honestly-
honestly if the host is someone and the thing is like MDU is doing more than just hosting. He's doing the production. You know what I mean?
No,
Like, he's
I'm not talking
overseeing
about
the whole
Channel O.
process.
I'm talking about multi-choice and DSTV as a whole.
Yes,
Stuga is a chef.
Yeah,
He's entertaining.
hopefully we'll get
And
more.
I
more,
hope
more
that
shows.
we get more shows that
Yeah.
differ from a broad.
So that was the
perspective,
second. That was the
you know?
second bots produced show on DSTV. So DSTV has a mandate. They're trying to get bots
You know why?
content.
You know, I always look at.
So
things
there's
from
a first
business
show.
side.
There's a first show called Rachel's Team. and I
Yeah,
think
it's a great show as
It's a
well.
cooking show, so-
Definitely, it definitely shows us for who we are and how talented and how beautiful we are as a people.
Yeah, so
but
it's
the
a
question
great
is,
start.
why did it take that
mean,
long?
I wanted to know how he feels about it. Like,
Yeah, no, like I the first time I saw like Banty's video on like MTV Base, I was like, wow, okay, like we're moving. Like that's that for me was like crazy. I was like, to be on that platform, like as Motswana, like how many of us have been trying to get on that? Like we have homies that was Ska, like that started back then. making
Sky won a
crazy.
channel
You know what I mean?
award.
In
You know what I mean?
2009.
And they were doing
And-
that, and I'm like looking at like, dude, this is literally what Bots needs to do more of. Like what you were saying, going back,
yeah.
you know what I mean? We need to like, when you see, okay, do like you guys were saying, I haven't seen this, and for me it's like, wow, like.
But would
this
you
came
say
back to
do
this,
save Channel O?
and I don't know, man.
I don't know why.
I don't know,
Why would
like-
you think he's saying?
Like for me,
Channel O? I
he's
just
doing
think
something
it's-
for Bots.
yeah,
That's what I
think
care
he's-
about, to be honest.
Yeah,
like I'm like, he's
just
doing
he got a great
something.
opportunity,
Yeah, that's
he's
gonna
doing it.
it's gonna do something
We
for
all
Bots.
eat.
People can
Like,
see, you
bro,
know what I
because
mean?
the
Like
thing is
what
like,
we're
in
doing.
my
Yeah.
opinion,
It's about
That's
the
essentially what I think.
Because like the perspective is like it's about the greater good. Is like how beneficial is this gonna be to me, you, and the next. That's
Yeah,
all
you know
it's
what I mean?
about.
It's like, guys,
So we're just happy.
it's a
that
way of like stepping into
something
the
like
market.
that's
You know what?
happening.
Let
Being
me
in
not
South
go
Africa,
into the
people are
business
gonna
side of
see
things. I think it would just ruin everything, because I'm just gonna get into details that are quite unnecessary. Okay, fine. The future of FME. FME, these you've
Yeah.
been in Cape Town. You know
Yeah,
who
yeah,
FME
yeah,
is
yeah,
now,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, these
Big.
are 3 DJs who are managed by Slow J, and we have seen them literally do the unthinkable.
The
and
most,
reach
my
the
brothers.
highest heights,
The most.
and they went so
Garden.
high up, and I'm trying to figure out.
You were part of the team at some
no.
point.
My first podcast, Slow J shot
Yeah.
Yeah.
in 2016 with Kapo.
Or when we went to primary with them.
Yeah, back
same
yeah,
time.
back
Yeah,
then.
went to Baobab with them. Slow G and my homie Kizo, RIP to him.
Rest in peace.
He was-
Kitso
He was
Yeah,
a
no, I remember
co-founder of
Kizo.
FME.
Yeah.
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 And man, it's been what?
I was in class with that homie, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it?
Young
KC.
C.
Yeah, Young C.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that was my homie.
yeah,
man.
yeah. So-
Shout out Young
Shout out,
C.
man.
I think,
RIP.
man, these guys
Yo.
started this thing when we were in high school, bro.
Yeah,
You get what I mean?
I told the
Like,
other homie in the beginning, like the first T-shirt they had.
Yeah.
I made that shit.
With the
I
stripe. You
designed
did
the
it?
logo. Yeah,
You designed it?
yeah.
Oh,
Slow G hit me up.
You see?
and I designed that shit.
One
That's
time.
crazy.
But
Yeah.
now
So
here's the
that
thing.
for me, like to look at them and to go, yo, bro, like I used to go to school with this homie Slow G, like used to chill and like. And he was
Slow
like
G
the,
was
chill,
always
the
the
most,
coolest
the
kid.
coolest guy,
All the
like
babies.
My
cornrows,
man,
dreads, like
Yeah,
homie was just
bristles,
always
like-
dimples
Thing about
going in. He's just so
Slow G.
clean. You know what I mean?
he shot. I
And-
went to him with this idea for a podcast. I said, "Yo, I'm doing this for the first time. I got Capo. He's in Bots with Casper. I need to go do the interview." He said, "Cool." He tells me, "Nah, don't worry, my homie. We posted that item. We did numbers because of, honestly, it's because of Slow G.
Yeah.
15,000 views in a week.
Yeah.
First week.
Bro.
Slow G. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and,
I
and,
don't
and
know
you
how
know,
he
like,
He's a genius, man.
yeah, and there's a
Honestly,
thing about
He's our
that.
Snoop Dogg, bro.
You know, I call him CEO because that's
Yeah.
what he actually is. He's the CEO of FME.
Yeah.
And man, those guys used to throw parties at the car washes.
Yeah.
Like they were selling merchandise. Slow's been an engineer, producer. I mean, like recording engineer,
Exactly.
shooting, directing. I've seen him play every role. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what bosses do. Pete, like I've worked with those guys. We've done events together.
So
Like
dynamic.
we've been like sort of like all the teams
Bro, I saw
would
that
align
garden.
and make a
I was
like a
like,
major
yo, that's-
team, and we'd use that to like incite change in the game. Like when we group ourselves together, we have
Yeah.
a say type thing, or we
Yeah.
could get something done. So we've always had that type of relationship. So I've seen them grow, and I've seen their roles. I've seen Bond's direction with the music and how serious he takes the music, and like he'll be there like, I want this drum to sound like this.
Yeah.
Pete and Josie are involved too, but you know, Josie likes the fashion and the content. Pete is there with the dancing,
Dancing.
Yeah, with the
and,
dancing.
and
Yeah.
He
the
hyped
The
content
vibe, show, the hype.
creation. Like, yo,
Definitely.
guys, let's
Yeah.
do a TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
Like, they've got the car show. That platform's got like more than 200,000 followers, and it's a page that's independent of even
Independent
their
from
brand.
there.
Yeah.
That's 200,000 followers.
Yo,
So like, man, I've seen
how
those
much
guys.
money are these guys?
I've seen them grow, and I think they're doing great.
Mr.
Rondo.
Businessman.
We just need like
Yeah. We need more.
we
How
just
much
need,
money
we just
are
need
these
that
guys
big
making?
Yeah.
blow, and I think they're here to stay.
Yeah.
How
Nah,
much-
they're here
how
to
much
stay.
does
They're here to stay. They're
FME
doing.
charge?
They're doing the best, bro.
I'm not sure. I really don't know how much
Alright.
they charge actually.
You know why I bring up FME? Something bothered me recently. They did a feature. Listen, they did a feature, which is a great thing, which was something we looked forward to. They did a feature with Blackie and Lady Do.
Yeah. They were
Man.
featured on a song.
Who was featured?
FME, Blackie, Lady Do, they were all featured.
Whose song was that?
I forgot. Someone's song.
So, you're
Well,
like
you
double
know
check
what it
this all
felt
out.
like to me, a fan. Lady Do didn't even put in an effort in that. I don't know if it's just me. Okay, fine. That song didn't blow as the independent FME song.
Because it's not FME's song. It's a song they featured on. I don't know like if you
How
understand.
does that work?
So let's say you have a song, right? And then you ask me to like put down a verse for you, or whatever you need from me,
Yeah.
right? And I do exactly what you ask for, and you like it, you keep it, right?
Mm.
Then you're gonna take that product, go see Terrence and work on it and do your thing. So it's not my responsibility really to push your work, but obviously I will give it love and attention. I'll share,
Yeah.
do my part, but it's your song to push.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you,
You mean
take
everybody's
the right
looking at
measures to.
Man,
You get what
I
I
was
mean? So,
disappointed. That's
like,
all
'cause-
I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
And
but
I
to
don't
give you an
think they
example,
need
you've
an
seen when-
international feature
You've
anymore.
seen when
because
FME
they can do it
pushes
by
a song.
themselves.
You saw E-Lifestyle. They
Mm.
pushed that song 2 years.
They can do it by themselves.
Yeah, so
That was so clear.
It's a
and
feature
there's
though,
a
so
them
it's not
possibly
their
a
song.
feature coming up as well. They're shooting to the video for that. It looks beautiful from the background.
yeah, I think there's a whole album coming actually.
Is it? All right.
I think FME's gonna drop an album that's gonna be dope.
The sudden deaths of the South African artists recently.
Ish.
You were there.
Yeah. I was just there I was in Joburg when AKA passed. I was just, like midnight, bro, on the phone. I'm just like, oh, this guy's got a show. What he's gonna go do
In
this?
Durban.
And the guy he was with, Tapelo. Is it Tapelo? Yeah.
Tibelo.
Oh,
You know.
Tibelo. Tibbs. Yeah,
man.
Tibbs.
I used to
Tibbs.
follow Tibbs, bro. Like
Bro.
a sick homie.
Just that December, I was with Tibbs
Really?
having
In
lunch
Cape Town,
in
huh?
Cape Town.
Oh,
Met him right there. I'm like, yo, this guy is the most chilled homie, like
Bro.
relaxed. And my brother comes and talks to him, and I'm like, yo, bro, just be careful. Like things are very crazy right now. Goes to Durban, like I'm chilling, I'm watching this. I call him. He's like, yo, bro, even Tibbs is gone. And I'm like, what? He was there.
yeah, they died together,
And I'm like,
bro.
bruh, like, we're just with this homie, bro. Like, the whole of December, this is what's the vibe. Like, this homie is the nicest human being I've ever met. Like, what is going on? And then next thing, I'm home, and Costa is gone. I'm like, wait, what's going on? You know what I mean? And we just lost Ricky before both of them, and
like
a year ago.
I think it's
Costa
crazy.
Titch was something that really,
Yeah.
like now when that happened, I had to stop for a sec. You know what I tried to do? I said, you know what? I'm gonna go and listen to Ricky's Family Values album.
Yeah.
I want to listen to this guy. Maybe
Say something.
there's a story.
Yeah.
It's been deleted from all social media streaming platforms.
Family values.
Yeah.
I think probably because it was maybe dropped under Mabala Noise, maybe.
No.
What major did it drop under?
No. It was in his will, sir.
To take down his
to
music.
take it down.
Yes.
Word. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think, man,
It's weird.
death is a crazy thing. Death is a crazy thing. I think we just came off of COVID. Firstly, like we lost a lot of people.
Dang.
We lost like one of our homies, Hassan,
Yeah.
Khalid's older brother, like a photographer's older brother.
Yeah.
He's the one we started working with. He
Sure,
was
yeah,
working for
sure.
Banty, and Khalid was working for Vizo. There were two brothers. One passed away to COVID. We lost Sasa, Drama, and just I lost my grandmother and my uncle all through that same
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID period. So it's just death has been like a
thing.
constant
Prevalent.
thing now.
Yeah.
It's been happening a lot. Then when when Ricky passed away, that was big because it was at a time where I used to watch his podcast, Lab Live,
Yeah.
and he was open about mental health and all that. So for him to take his own life, he even made a song called "Home with Mass Music," one of
Yeah.
my favorite songs. Like
He
that was
mentions it right there, yeah.
shocking, right? And for Keenan to pass away literally a year after, I was like, even the way I found out AK passed out, I woke up from a nap at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Go on social media, and I'm
I
like,
just see this.
this
yeah.
can't be real. So usually me and my homies like text a lot. So I'm texting my homies. They're like, because
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
homies
of
also
course.
know like some guys that side. So sometimes they've got
Yeah.
like verified information.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like, yo,
man. Let's
yo,
let's
this
try
is-
to move to something
yo,
more
like, yo,
positive.
this
you
is
know?
really real. So I think it's sad. I don't think it has anything to do with the Illuminati or anything like that. But obviously the way AKA went out, it was a hit. You know,
Yeah.
it's sad. It's tragic. Like I feel like that's like.
But he just came back
Like
to
I feel like
music.
the South African game. Like I worry for it. I feel like
Yo,
they-
bruh, let's
they don't
change the
have
topic.
leaders.
Ah,
It's-
yo, team.
Yeah.
It's real.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
think we're
real.
going deep.
Let us talk,
Fashion,
bruh.
fashion. T, what's as much as I've known you to be a fashion guy, the switch up though,
Yeah.
the brand ambassadorship.
Yeah.
Can you just give us a picture of what that feels like? Because I think us sitting here in Gabs and watching you on your Instagram,
You're-
changing
you're a brand
your hair
ambassador?
color every
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So first of all, like the hair thing, I started around, I think it was 2016. Like when I got there, I was just like, yo, man, I just want to be different, man. Like I want to try color my hair because I've always been also a fan of Dennis Rodman and all that.
Yeah, I saw
So I
the
was just
vibes on your
like, yeah.
Instagram. dude, yeah.
So I was just like, I want to do something with this. And then initially, I didn't think it was going to be something like huge where companies now were like, yo, dude, can you put our label on your hair or like and do a campaign for this? You know what I mean? And at first, it was just like an artistic thing where also I just wanted to differentiate myself to everyone and just feel like, oh man, I just feel like this guy, but how can I put it? You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, let me just change my hair.
Every
And
week.
My whole, like, not every week, man. Guys, not every week. My hair couldn't take that. Like, it's like at least a month. And how it happened was I just got scouted at work. This lady was like, no, I like your look. And was like, okay, cool. Like, shout out to KP, by the way. And she was like, dude, like, do you want to do your hair in crazy ways? And I was like, what?
Oh, so she proposed.
Yeah, then she proposed it, and then I was like, yeah, cool, let's do something. And I remember the first one was like leopards and like Smarty prints on it, and I was like, okay, look, every color I make is how I feel like when I do that color. You know what I mean? So it's like you're green, I'll just be feeling like, yeah, like
You
I'm
know what's
attracting
my
money,
favorite
I'm
look?
attracting like wins. I'm trying to do that. Yeah. Which
So
one?
guys, we're out of time, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. No, it's easy.
You know what's my favorite look?
Yeah.
Joker.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen what that looks like?
No, I haven't.
He has his head sticked out a BMW. Joker.
The Joker.
My bro.
Like the Joker and a BMW on your head.
No, him.
No, like, I
his
was
hair's
thinking out.
green, neon green.
Oh, like the
His
Joker.
face
Yeah, and then I
painting
face painted
like
my
the
face.
Joker.
For this music
The
video I did,
lipstick
yeah.
and everything.
Oh.
He's sticking his head out of a BMW. What a 7 Series.
I
And
need to see
laughing
that.
just like the Joker. My guy. You know that at that moment I realized
I'm a
I've always
Batman
been this
fan,
guy's
so
friend.
that's fine.
Bro.
But I was like, dog, there's something here. There's something that says self-expression.
Yeah.
Risk it all. I don't know where you were in your state of mind,
Yeah.
but I really respect that.
I appreciate it, dog.
Just
Right.
doing the most. It wasn't even weird.
No.
If I did it, it would be weird. But for you,
Yeah.
and
Made
I think
sense,
one thing
yeah.
we need to always remember is that the kids are watching.
Yeah.
The kids have been trapped for a long time to me, and
Yeah.
they've been made to think that things are impossible. So I would really like to give you props. As much as you thought, maybe you just thought it was a fashion thing,
Yeah.
bro. These guys went to LKC with you.
Yeah.
They're in the office typing emails.
Yeah.
They get on Instagram. You are dressed like the Joker.
Yeah.
Man, what a life. That's a beautiful part of your life that I saw.
Yeah.
You know. And at this moment, when we're still on fashion, we have 3 fashion brands that I would say are running things, which is Glotto, Diamond Dust,
Yeah.
and by PK Proctor.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you say stands out the most, you two?
For me, so far it's been Lotto. So far, because and I think it's the most unique. That's why it's getting that recognition, because it's like it just has it feels like
it has a feeling.
If I was to look for a brand in Barts, like that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that
Something that screams
it's something
BW.
scream beat up, but like in a very
not even
luxurious-
BW.
It's like
It says real. What do you think?
yeah, it's like so
Rondo?
real. It's like yo, I wanna wear
Honestly,
that.
I'd say because also like with any industry, fashion has its different pockets. There's
Yeah.
street culture, there's contemporary fashion,
Yeah.
there's high fashion. I'd say I understand the direction each brand is taking.
Yeah.
I love Glotto because like what Mboko's doing is like, for me, that's like a Bots flag. Like it's
Yeah.
so real,
Yeah.
so home. The color
I
palette.
don't even know her personally, but for some reason that brand stands out more than the other two.
But that's
My opinion.
yeah. So
Yeah.
even the themes and the names of the capsules, they like, she calls herself Sub-Saharan Shorty, so even the capsules are Sub-Sahara and stuff, Okavango green and
Really? I
stuff
guess
like,
that's
so
why.
it's really themed into the geography of our country. Like that's what it's inspired by. So that's why it's, for me, it's proudly B-Dub, and
Yeah.
you've seen the ladies look amazing
Yeah.
in the Glotto velvet
Sure.
dresses.
Yeah,
Like,
Palestine
like,
looks
yeah.
like she should have wore that at the final.
Yeah, some of my brothers are Glotto gigs. So but also Diamond Dust.
Yeah.
Diamond Dust is also like, it feels like it feels
If we don't shout that out,
Yo,
yeah, like
people that-
come on,
people
man,
that-
like
that would be
come
careful,
on,
yeah.
man, like Rose and Suleiman, those
Yeah.
guys came in, like guys were selling T-shirts and like other guys are selling T-shirts, printing T-shirts,
Yeah.
doing whatever, but those guys like literally came and said, bro,
the designs,
this is
big
this is a
designs.
clothing brand,
Yeah.
the color,
fashion forward, like
schemes.
like now I don't have to go buy the straight cut
Yeah.
Levi. I can go get some actually dope wash denims.
Let's try move
No,
on.
no, let me drive my point, please.
Yeah.
Dog. Yeah. So I'd like it's a place where like I'd go shopping and like get a one of one, not the normal one piece that you get style.
But why did it
Then-
feel like you guys
no,
get access to the better ones?
Wait. So then with BK, and also firstly,
levels.
Yeah.
the Diamond Dust store was beautiful concept.
Yeah.
You guys had
Black and
events there.
white was also like a hub for the culture. We had
Exactly,
events
yeah.
there, like it
And
was
you need that. you need
crazy.
that,
Now BK took that to another level. Like
Yo,
he's
top.
he's creating shoes, clothes.
Yeah.
He had a Stone Tokwing. It was also
Yeah,
pretty
well, that one
dope.
is Fairgrounds.
No, he now moved to Fairgrounds, but before Fairgrounds, he had a Stone
okay.
Tokwing. It was a smaller concept store. Like it's amazing, and I think they're all doing their thing. Diamond Dust is more online now. They're pushing other avenues. Mboko's growing. I hope she gets a store. Shout out Rainbow Johnson. He's doing his thing, killing shit. So like I think I don't have a
though.
favorite.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
I-
I think
I don't have a
I think you
favorite.
can really once you start
Yeah.
talking
I
about
mean,
them
like,
separately.
When you
can
said
realize-
which one
understand.
stood out, I was like, okay, Lodo. Like,
But
it
Loto,
wasn't even to say
Loto's like home, but Diamond
this is
Dust
better than
also
this, this is
shout
better
out.
than that, this is better than that. It was
Yeah.
just like to say, okay, cool. As
So I wouldn't compare really.
yeah, it's like
So-
music basically. It's like everybody's good at what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All right, Balaclava Blanco versus Amos Ski Mask.
It's the same guy in it.
It's the same guy, just a different face. You get me?
It's a clone.
It's the same
I
guy.
believe it's a clone.
What do you mean?
It's different. it's two different people. It could be a good thing. It could be a
I
bad
mean,
thing.
Okay, yeah, to a
People evolve,
certain
man.
extent,
People
you could
evolve.
say he's a different person in terms of his mind state and
Yeah.
his priorities and what he's pushing. Like I don't know. I watch a lot of podcasts. So if you've seen the Juice 2.0, there's an episode where Balaclava's on it and he speaks about his journey and where he's at.
Yeah.
Even me as myself, like I don't even feel like I'm the same person I used to
Likewise.
be because like we grew up,
We grew up,
COVID came,
definitely.
tapped into other industries. Like we know
Other
where like
business
there's more to life than what you know, and it's great. To,
I think life
Yeah.
offers you like a chance to like also like be different people at
yeah,
at a certain point. You just become someone different, and you're like,
like
oh,
you know, he did
I'ma change my name.
he did the sound on the
Yeah.
Channel O thing, top 5, boss top 5.
Dude, I was saying to you, I need Say Grace as a soundtrack for
No,
this.
but like he's the one doing the sound. Like isn't he-
I knew
yeah,
it.
so-
No,
Say
you
Grace
see
is
now you're telling
Say
me,
Grace is still number
and I
one for
picked
me,
it up
man.
from start before we
Yeah.
even recorded this. I told you. Okay, radio versus podcast.
Like,
For me,
what's better?
preference or what's better, or like just radio
just-
versus podcast.
Going forward, where are we going?
Okay, can I speak? Like you gonna
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
That's what I
speak?
want you to do.
I'd say, I'm always going to reference Botswana or home or our industry. For me, I grew up. I grew up at a time when like radio was everything, like the Robbie Robs
Yeah.
and the Giselles, your Loose Boys, all the way to when guys Dig Nash,
Dig Nash,
man. I used to listen to Dig Nash with my dad in the car,
Yeah.
and he was pranking people on the phone. I think radio was an important part of my upbringing, and it even evolved to a point where there was guys like Carlos that got introduced into Yarna FM, and like when I was in high school, my peers were playing guys like Root and D-Lo.
Yeah.
They were playing
D-Lo.
on radio.
On radio. That was
And
a
like
big
we were in
thing.
high school, that was like a
That was
big
a big
thing. Like
thing.
I remember guys from LA getting their songs on radio, like Will's Love Letter. Like
Yeah.
like if your songs
Boom.
on radio, you're the guy. Do you get
Yeah.
what I mean?
Boom
Like
C.
Bonesi, guys who were big like on radio. So like for the
Civil
culture, it's been
Knight.
an important thing. Like
Civil
the,
Knight,
like
yeah.
I
Got the
discovered.
Sprite show and
Yeah, I discovered a lot of artists on radio. Like it's a nice way to passively take in information. I think it's important for our industry in Botswana.
Yeah.
I love radio. You know what I mean?
It's a
I listen to
beautiful
radio,
thing.
It's
but
good.
now podcasts. That's for me personally. That's like where I soak in information. Where I like to. I'm obsessed with guys like Pharrell, Tyler, Scooter Braun. Scooter Braun
He
is
just
Justin-
bought
QC. Yeah, he's Justin Bieber's manager. You know what I mean? Doing things like that. He just sold Justin Bieber's masters. Just bought Lil Baby, Taylor Swift, Migos' catalog. Like he's like smart guy. So like I always want to get insight into what they're
How they
doing and
think and yeah.
their thought process or like their life journeys. Like like even guys like Kanye West, bro.
Yeah.
Like Kanye West and them used to gate crash Hollywood parties. Like they
The
weren't
Grammys
from,
as
They
well.
weren't from Hollywood, but like they'd go there
So
and
they
be
were
the
still like,
most dripped out
going in.
niggas at the Hollywood party, and like that's how they got on the scene. Now Don C's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Virgil is Virgil, Kanye is Kanye. So like I like to take in things like that.
Yeah.
And I remember even, for example, Pharrell's Drink Champs, it was 3 hours 20 minutes. I watched that thing in 2 takes, one day, because
I think that's
that's
why
how
I missed
that's
the
how
part you
obsessed I
spoke
that's how
about,
obsessed I am.
It's
with
also different when you see
taking
people
in-
are talking. You know what I mean? You
it
almost
makes
feel
me,
like you're
it
there.
gives me validation,
Yeah.
like, yo, what you're doing,
Like, I
on
can
the
see,
right
yeah.
journey, like context on, like, yo, this was what actually happened that time. Like, I feel like, so that you don't get things misconstrued also. Like,
Yeah.
But I think they both play their part, but for me personally, radio was more important than.
Cool.
Yeah.
But you know, there's something that happened at the Yama Awards. It was the retro theme, and Bonang Mateba was there. But I would want to pick out this particular moment.
What year's retro theme? Like 2018.
I don't know which year it was,
Mm.
but this day I think is a day KD stood out. I don't know if you were in that room.
And
then she introduced herself.
That's 2020.
I'll never forget that day.
I think.
Because the way she introduced herself, the whole room, goosebumps, compared to Bonang Mateba introducing herself.
Yeah.
And I always pay attention to these things. So we went and got Bonang, but then Kedi Lizozo stands there and shakes the whole room. I would like to really give her her flowers.
Yeah.
LB, Kedi, crazy radio. Like for the girls.
Yeah,
LB's dope.
Yeah, right now we've
He
got
does production as
yeah,
well.
I like LB. I like KD's show Out Loud is dope. Yeah, those are probably actually the only 2 shows I actually listen to like that.
Sway
on radio.
as well with
Yeah, I
LB.
just want Sway to get his facts right. Yeah, but like, what do you think of like radio versus podcast and?
Like for me, it's just about evolution. I think it's just like, okay, radio, like the podcast is the new radio. To be honest, for me, it's like I can sit there and listen to a podcast because you can actually pick a topic of I want to listen to this and know what about this. You know, radio is like in passing, more of like
it's like
it's
background
almost like
noise.
background noise. You know what I mean? Instead of like, okay, I can focus and go watch like a TED talk or whatever, or like go look
I
at
watch
this.
TED
You know what I
Talk,
mean? You know what I mean?
yeah.
And they're speaking of something specifically and in depth, and now you're like, okay, it's blowing my mind up. It's like expanding my mind in that specific thing. So it's giving you a
Definitely.
variety
It
of
gives you
everything. You know what I mean?
more
More
to
detail
chew
to
on.
And
choose.
there's like a podcast for
Absolutely everything.
Like, I've
You know
got
what I
my
mean?
football podcast.
Yeah.
I've got my
You know what I mean?
MMA podcast. I've
No,
got
the reason
you
why
can-
I made it a versus thing is because podcasts are taking over.
But yeah,
from
that's the
radio.
direction. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the direction. we're
So
going.
you know, we don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Even Joe Biden, Angela
Yeah.
Yee, they're all leaving and doing their own thing.
Like,
So yeah.
definitely.
I'd like to start my own soon. Like, so I think
What would it be about if you had a podcast?
it's gonna be like a conversation based on, like, what I'd invite a guest and just take them through the journey the way I want to, so we can like paint a certain picture. Cause like I just believe in like inspiring the next you or the better, like someone, cause like someone's gonna learn something from you and become something greater than you could ever become, and like
That
that's
could be the name of the show. bro, the
that's what
next year.
life's about. Even my journey in like
Definitely.
entertainment and whatever, like I always do it knowing, like consciously, like, man, I'm not doing this, I'm doing it because I want to, I'm doing it because I love it, but I know
Yeah.
like the guy who might benefit like might not even be born, and I like
That's a
I'm
statement.
down.
That's crazy,
I'm
actually.
down to be
That's
that
a
guy.
But it's in
statement.
history. It's right
yeah,
there.
I'm
It's
down
safe,
to be
you know
that
what I
guy.
mean?
Like,
Yeah.
because literally, even like, I'd give a shout out to Faded Gang. Like,
Sure.
like they
I wouldn't have
shifted-
done this either.
Yeah.
if it wasn't for them.
They shifted the game. Like,
Really, they did.
we
yeah.
saw our peers literally go out there, get paid for making music,
Yeah.
Sure.
make it a career,
Yeah.
and yeah, that shifted and created a whole thing. Now all of us are now,
Here.
yeah, bro. So
T, what
Been a
would
fan,
you say
a
is
fan
up
since.
next for you?
For me,
Are you taking the fashion side more, or are you leaning to the music side more? What's going on?
so I just worked on an album now, so I'm trying to drop that, create, and I'm looking at like making music videos more like almost movie-like type of music videos, because I'm trying to move away from our we're in the house traditional. I'm trying to like, because most of my songs when I was making them, I was like, I want soundtracks instead of like, I want to try something different like that and make a soundtrack
word.
or something.
What?
Word.
You know what I mean?
Why are you
Instead
guys
of
coming
making
up
a
with
song.
with the gems at the end?
You should check out Ben
You asked me the
Fires.
question at the end.
Check out Ben Fires' Marshmallow video.
Yeah.
In the car.
You see what I mean? Like
bro,
the way Tyler and them do that music videos, the way
Yeah,
A$AP Rocky do that.
A$AP Rocky,
you know what I
Org.
mean? It's always like this.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
like a movie type of thing.
Speaking of org,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Like, just started a company. I've always had my agency, Little M, but now I started more of an umbrella company.
Backyard.
Yeah.
The Backyard. Backyard's gonna be something like org. Yeah, Terrence's cap. Tapped
On the
into
board, baby.
fashion and branding. I've also like started directing and producing music videos. Backyard Studios.
Yeah.
Probably along the way, I'll like put out some music compilations, different artists on that. Maybe like short film, like because we've done a lot of these things behind the scenes, but now I just wanna step out as me, as my own entity.
Beautiful.
I got
Because clearly, I mean, that's what I've always felt.
Yeah,
you
got an event coming up soon. You'll hear about it. Well, a couple of events actually,
I'll pull it
different.
up.
Who
So-
else will do it if you don't do it?
Man, I just say Godspeed, man. That's how we move. Yeah,
You know, this
Who
is why
else?
I am
Who
doing what
else?
I'm doing right
Who
now.
else,
dude.
bro?
I realize nobody's gonna do it. We have to do it.
yeah, we gotta get
Gotta do what
started.
we
We gotta
gotta do.
make a change,
Yeah.
and man, I'm honored to be
Favorite
here, really.
rapper right now? We're done. About to close.
I think it's supposed to be next hottest thing, right? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Like, who's my favorite rapper? Like the next nigga, the next nigga that you gotta hear. There's a kid called KIZZLE from Botswana. I think he's just moved back from Bots. He was outside the country, but he's back. His song's been #1 on Yarona Kilo Dale for about 2 months on Yarona. He's got another song called Back to Manshati. I just directed and shot that video for him. With Voice of the Culture.
Beautiful.
Check him out. Don Taga.
I was
Check
about
out
to say
Don
that.
Taga. Rockefeller Universal. One last one. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting someone. I have to say their name. Nah, come on. I'm forgetting someone. But
See,
it's
while
cool.
he still
Team,
remembers, T,
yeah.
who should we look up to right now? Look out for right now, music wise.
Yeah. See, my problem is this.
Yeah,
guys.
man. Jack Monster.
This is my
Oh,
problem.
I know.
He's
exactly
a
who you're talking about.
demon.
I don't want to sound biased, but like, I heard some crazy fusions from like Wings. There's this rapper called Wings from Bots.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
making. He worked on some of Vizo's tracks. Actually, you might be familiar with him.
Wings?
But like, yeah, Wings.
Wings.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes by
As a
different
producer.
name. I know these
Yeah.
guys have
Huh?
10
These
names.
guys have 10 names.
Yeah.
Real name is Tony. You might know that, but like, this homie's like. He started off like music, and then he was like, you know what? I want to produce more than I make music. So now
Beautiful decision.
he,
Because we need more of those.
you know what I
You
mean?
know?
And
He's
there's
like-
tons of guys also, because like there's guys like anything with Yusuf, Nicky
Yeah, you see what I
Diamonds,
mean?
There's
Anything
different
Yusuf,
pockets.
it's like-
Sabara,
Yeah.
Titose, like Manje and her sister touring the world. Like,
Sure.
like Bots is crazy.
Now, for me,
crazy, yeah.
it's Don Thaga or nothing. Thank you guys. Welcome to the top.
Thank
Team,
you, Maji.
I hope we get to work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Rondo,
man.
I think we need
We're
to
gonna do
sit
that.
down a 3-hour.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't want to argue with you, bro.
No, we should. It's a beautiful conversation. You know, it's not just a normal straightforward. Yes, somebody's the best.
Yeah.
Somebody's this.
Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we're doing things like this. Like, I'm inspired. Want to see you go out there, do your thing. I want to do my own thing too. So
Let's
like,
go.
I'm like, yeah, let's put out the content. Let's create our own
Let's work
platforms.
together. Another thing,
And
working together.
together.
Yeah, and also that's the thing.
That's what's gonna
I think
make
one
the
last
movement
thing,
bigger.
one last thing I want to say. I feel like it's very important to like anyone, whether it's in sports or fine art or whatever, just learn the basics, study the game, try your best. Like,
Yeah.
don't complain about the government. Don't say this. Yeah,
The complaint is what kills us.
yeah,
exactly.
just try, bro.
Just like do it.
Yeah.
Just try it.
We're not perfect either. Like
Yeah.
we struggle, bro. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the top, ladies and gentlemen. Probably brought to you by August 24 Entertainment. It's a movies, a bicycle. Probably sponsored by Makatilo Firm and Sunflower Bed and Breakfast. Peace.